Hey guys, JD here with the Kawasaki Ultra 310 jet ski. And I'm in the process of reassembling my jet pump here. I just built this brand new pump. I highly suggest you check out my video on rebuilding or building a brand new jet pump for your Ultra 310. And while I'm putting this back together, I wanted to show you some key maintenance items that you need to make sure that you're addressing. So item number one is this steering cable assembly here. Now, I've learned that these assemblies are prone for water intrusion through this little boot right here. So you need to make sure that you're constantly applying grease to not only the end of the cable right here, this part here should be nice and free, but you also need to be applying grease into that boot right there. So it's really easy to do. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a paper towel or a rag and you're gonna grasp that seal and you're just gonna pull it off. And you can see the boot comes right off. And pushing this in and out, you could see, yeah, look at that crap coming out of there. So I have greased this before, but we're just gonna clean up that shaft. Now what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you pack this seal at the end of the cable with fresh grease. And you want to do this pretty often. The service manual states to inspect your pump every 25 to 50 hours. So I would say that you service this boot at least every 25 hours. So how I like to do it is this. I put a bunch of grease on the shaft, right like that, and then slide the boot. I'll try to get a focus. And then I slide the boot back down. You can see as you slide that boot, it kind of collects the grease, and the grease will fill the inside of that boot. And then just push it into place. You can clean off any excess. And you should be able to move your steering cable like this. You can see I'm moving it by hand. It's pretty easy to move. So if you don't remove this boot and grease that assembly like I did just now, your steering cable will fail prematurely. So you want to make sure that at least, I would say, every time you do an oil change, which should be about every 25 hours, that you remove that boot and grease it. And I even recommend that after every ride, you apply grease to these fittings here, especially these quick connect fittings like this one here. You want to make sure these will bind up, especially in salt water, if you don't keep them properly greased. So the grease, applying this grease to all these actuator assemblies and fittings is not going to hurt anything. Also, you can see here that I apply grease to these elbows, not to the hose part, but to the joint at the elbow, because these are prone to corrosion. So that grease just helps prevent salt from binding to that metal and helps protect it. All right, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more exclusive jet ski content, only on JD's Water World.